Hello everyone and welcome to this episode. Today we are going to dive deep inside the world of HTML and CSS, where we'll compare grids inside the pure CSS and the framework CSS, which in that manner will be Tailwind, and how you can create it and what you can achieve. First of all, what we need, you don't need any prior experience even with HTML. I will show you everything from the very basics. So first of all, the only thing that you need to know is to have the IDE. In my case, it's the Visual Studio Code, which I am using like constantly. So first of all, inside that Visual Studio Code, we are going to have some kind of image. Inside, I've got some abstract image, so it's up to you what are you going to use. So we'll need to index HTML file where we are going to preserve and present you the differences between the styles using CSS, which will be the first one, and the styles using the Tailwind. So first of all, you need to create your HTML document. Of course, we also need style.css to just manage our HTML document with some colors from that. Okay, right now we need to link them together. And to link it, we are going to use link CSS. And right now we got style sheet ref, so that's the path to our CSS. And right now we gonna have the div, which will be our container for the elements. Okay, and there we are going to have a gallery. That's the class name of our thing. The next item that we need is also div with class of photo over there, and we will have image with source. It will be photo1.png, and we'll close it. Of course, we can create some alt, some photo. And with that, we've created our index.html that later on we'll be using inside our web browser. But right now, we need to dive deeper inside more complicated things like style CSS. And here we are going to have a gallery. Gallery, to use the grid, you need to display grid. The next thing that you need is the grid template, and we are going to use columns. We are going to use repeat. It will be out of pix, so it will automatically fit to the column, and we'll just set min and maximum value. So 200 pixels on one frame. The next thing, grid gap. So gap between our items, it will be 16 pixels. Padding also will be 16. And background color will stay with some kind of light gray background. So F9, FA, and that's all that we need to our gallery. Our photo, if you remember, that's our photo. We need to have some border radius, like 8 pixels, to make it more fancy, because right now we are going to create only the fancy stuff. It will look fancy. I mean that you can use that inside your project, of course. Overflow, it will be hidden. And the last one, box shadow that we will add, it will be 0, 4 pixels, and 6 pixels, and we'll make a GBA to be black with some alpha. And that's all. With photo image, with the class photo image, we create the width of 100% of our container, so our photo, which is a container. Height will be also automatically displayed. display will be black, and we need transition because whenever we are going to hover it, it will scale up. So transform that seconds with ease. So it will be more clear and more sophisticated. And with photo, whenever we hover on it, our image will make a transform and to scale it up like much more bigger. That's all that we need to create the grid layout using style.css. And right now we need to copy our path. Okay, I need to copy the path, open my web browser, paste it over there, and as you can see, I've got 3 images, and they are changing whenever I first of all hover of them or change the width of my web browser. Okay, but whatever, we've got the easy part of our CSS. Right now, we are going to need to create the more sophisticated and harder part. So, I mean, we need to get the Tailwind CSS. And to work with Tailwind, we need the documentation from Tailwind to understand what we are going to do. And first of all, we need to go to docs inside tailwindcss.com. And here we are going to play with CDN, so with the Tailwind version from HTML. That's the case that we are going to use. And copy that line, go there, paste it here, and we are good to go with our Tailwind CSS. And whenever we are talking about Tailwind CSS and a grid, there's a lot of things that is very useful. Inside that search, you just simply go to grid, and we go into grid layout. Here you've got all what you need to know about the grid inside Tailwind CSS, and it will even show you how it will look like and how it will behave with all of the names. So I think that's the pretty good deal to follow. Also, whenever you would like to know something new and more about Tailwind CSS, for example, you should go to the documentation, and it's very, very clear and easy to understand. So, okay, going back to our index.html, index2.html, and right now we don't need any CSS externally from that file because we are going to use only inline styles. In our case, it will be not inline styles, but inline classes. So the normal classes, of course. And to create grid containers inside the Tailwind CSS, we need to create grid. Grid calls, it will be 1. Whenever we've got small, there will be grid calls of 2. With medium, how many columns it should be. Large, for example, we'll have 4. And right now, we know how many we've got. Gap of 4, for example, P of 4, BG, gray of 100 to look more or less like it looks inside our pure CSS. Of course, you can create that grid in another way. There is a documentation how you can do it, but I will show you what's the difference between them. First of all, that we are inside that, we need to create our files. So it will be div class, the container that does the same with the class photo over there. We are going to have overflow. Okay, hidden, rounded, large, and shadow engineering. That's all that we need inside our div container. You will copy it because we'll need 3 of them. Oh, I will not copy it because I need the photo over there. I forgot. And to make work with photo, we need our photo that one.png, and it will be old of photo, And class, we'll just get the width of full, just the same that we've got over there. Of course, age, so height will be auto. We'll transform it and to make work as we got over there. So some kind of hover effect. We'll make hover and scale. It will be, for example, 105. It will be smaller. Transition, duration in milliseconds. As you remember, inside our style CSS, we've got in the seconds. Right there, we've got in the milliseconds. Is in and out. And that's what we need to our photo. Right now, I will copy it 3 times, save it, and with that, I'm going to copy path, open my web browser, just expand it over there. And I will just paste it there. As you can see, we've got index 2 with 3 images, index 1 with that 3 images. It's got bigger scale, but how about whenever we change the size? As you can see, the size changes automatically with the read of the columns. So whenever you've got any question about that, we can compare and create much more with the grids elements inside our, or grids elements on CSS elements inside the HTML, compare something more, create better layouts. It's up to you what you would prefer. I see you at the next episode, and stay tuned for the newest episode. See ya. Bye.